Welcome to this exciting tutorial on creating a 3D adventure game using Java. In this series, we will walk through every step of the process, from setting up your development environment to implementing game mechanics. Let's get started. Before we dive into coding, we need to set up our development environment. For this project, we will use the Java Development Kit, JDK, and a popular game engine, JMonkey Engine. First, go to the official JMonkey Engine website and download the latest version. You'll find installation instructions there for your specific operating system. After installing JMonkey Engine, we also need an integrated development environment, IDE. Eclipse and IntelliJ IDEA are both excellent choices. For this tutorial, I'll use IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create a new project in IntelliJ IDEA. Open IntelliJ, click on New Project, then select Java with Ant and configure it. Next, we need to add the JMonkey Engine libraries to our project. Go to File, Project Structure, Libraries, and click on the plus icon to add the JMonkey Engine library files. Let's initialize our game. Create a new Java class called My 3D Adventure Game. This class will extend the Simple Application class, which is the core class for JMonkey Engine applications. In this code, we define the main method that creates an instance of our game and starts it. Now, let's override the SimpleInitApp method, where we will initialize our game's assets and scenes. We can add a simple terrain to our game. JMonkey Engine has built-in features for creating terrains. Let's create a terrain with a grass texture. Next, let's set up a camera to view our game world. We need to set the position and direction of the camera for a better perspective. Now let's add some lighting to our scene. It's essential to have proper lighting in a 3D game to enhance visibility and realism. After setting up our lights, we need to add some basic controls. We can enable FlyCam controls for easier navigation during development. Now that we have a basic environment ready, let's add a character model that we will control. You can find free models online, but for this tutorial, I'll use a placeholder. We will also need to add collision detection to interact with the game world. JMonkey Engine has a built-in physics system that we'll use. Now let's implement character movement. For our player's controls, we can use an input manager to listen for keyboard inputs. Next, we define our input action methods. For movement, we can adjust the player's control based on the key pressed. As we progress, it's important to create an engaging game world. Let's add some collectibles. We can create collectible items for the player to interact with. To make our collectibles interactable, we need to add a collision listener that triggers an event when the player collects one. Next, let's implement a simple scoring system to keep track of how many collectibles the player has gathered. Now we can add a HUD to display the player's score. JMonkey Engine provides a simple way to render text on the screen. Let's implement a game loop to continuously update the game state and render graphics. We'll also include conditions to check for win/lose states. As a final touch, let's set up audio to enhance the player experience. You can add background music or sound effects for interactions. Now, let's test our game. Run the application and see how everything works together. You should be able to navigate the environment, collect items, and see your score update. In the next part of this series, we will explore how to add enemies and more complex AI behavior. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest updates. Thanks for watching this tutorial on creating a 3D adventure game in Java using JMonkey Engine. I'm excited to see what you create. Keep coding and have fun.